The power of arrest has been always one of the mostly misused power by the police machineries, and there have been so many cases which have come before the various courts, including apex court as well as high courts. And the honorable Supreme Court has been actually interpreting the power of arrest in a way that would strike a balance between the power of arrest as well as the individual liberty guaranteed by Constitution of India. In this regard, the apex court of India, that is Supreme Court of India, in the year 1994 in the case of Joginder Kumar has laid down the law that simply because it shall be lawful for the officer, he should not arrest immediately. Instead of that, if somebody is accused in a non-bailable or in a cognizable case, then he should investigate the matter without touching the person, without arresting the person, unless there are justifying reasons for the arrest. So this is to ensure that a common man who is having reputation, because reputation is held to be the fundamental right guaranteed by Article 21 of Constitution of India. And of course we know that once somebody is arrested, then his reputation is tarnished in society, and in that view of the matter, the Honorable Apex Court has time and again directed that arrest should be avoided, and this view has been consistently upheld and consistently followed even of late in the case of Lalita Kumari versus State of Bihar. The Honorable Apex Court has reiterated the same situation, that simply because somebody is accused in the case, immediately he should not be arrested, and it is not necessary that the FIR should always result into arrest of the accused person. And taking this view further, in the case of Arnesh Kumar versus State of Bihar, the Honorable Apex Court has issued directives that if somebody is accused in a case which involves the offences punishable up to 7 years, then in that case there should not be automatic arrest, and there should be a procedure to be followed which is laid down under section 41A of Constitution of CRPC. And if anybody doesn't follow this procedure as laid down in the case of Anish Kumar, he should be subjected to departmental inquiry, as well as he should be prosecuted under the Contempt of Courts Act. Pursuant to this order of Honorable Supreme Court, the Maharashtra DGP, the Director General of Police, has also issued certain guidelines and circular informing all the police officers in the state of Maharashtra that in case they do not follow the directions or guidelines issued by Honorable Apex Court in the case of Arnesh Kumar, then there shall be departmental action against them. Now, despite this being the legal position, we have come across several such cases where simply because somebody is named in the FIR, police go on arresting the people, and this is actually violation of the liberty guaranteed by Honorable Supreme Court through the constitutional mechanism. And for that reason, sometimes people may languish in the jail for a long time, despite the fact that offence is punishable up to 7 years. And this gives rise to the several claims in the court, compensation, etc. In the recent example, our friend, our colleague, Advocate Vinod Satpute, surprisingly came to be arrested simply because one FIR is lodged against Satpute with regard to the offences punishable under section 353 of Indian Penal Code. Now, the offence is punishable only up to 5 years, that too after the amendment carried out by the government of Maharashtra, providing that the offences of obstructing public servant from discharging his duty shall be punishable up to 5 years. In fact, previously it was, I think, 2 or 3 years, and as far as this offence is concerned in other state, it still continues to be so. But Maharashtra government has amended this provision, enhanced the penalty, and earlier it was bailable offence. Now it has become non-bailable case, as well as it has become triable by the Sessions Court. And in the case of Vinod Satpute also, he has been arrested, and luckily on the very next day the team of lawyers approached the court, and on the very next day he was granted bail. but he was in custody almost for one day, around more than one day, and that deprived him of his liberty. Therefore, this is very serious concern, and Advocate Satpute has filed a petition in the court seeking to challenge the constitutional validity of the Maharashtra amendment in CRPC as well as IPC, and he has also sought compensation.